Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Out of Sight in Plain View. I'm Casey.
And I'm Crystal, and today we are going to be talking about the very first centaur, Chiron.
Ooh. Yay!
Should I begin? All right. Chiron is not a constellation or a traditional planet. It's known as a minor planet, a comet, or an asteroid. It orbits the sun, specifically between the orbits of Saturn and Uranus. A centaur or centaurs are a group of planetesimal objects that are caught in the orbital region between Jupiter and Neptune. Chiron was the first designated centaur. The comet-like features of Chiron displays a hazy atmosphere and having a dusty, icy composition. It has an irregular orbit of approximately 50 years, meaning it stays in each zodiac sign for approximately 4 years. The Centaurs is considered a new class of objects orbiting between the asteroid belt and the Kuiper belt. Chiron was discovered on November. Huh?
When you say, are they referring to them as constellations or like as the creature centaur?
Well, they aren't constellations. They are actually like an asteroid/comet.
Oh, that's right. So is it like a group of them?
Yeah, there is a group of them, yeah.
Okay, so when you're saying centaurs, you're referring to like the group of the asteroids,
yeah.
correct? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, but actually Chiron was the very first one to be identified.
That makes so much more sense when you say that.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
What do you mean he was the first centaur? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this way, I'm about to explain that. Chiron was discovered on November 1st, 1977 by Charles Cowell. Charles was born in 1940 and died on November 28, 2011. So Charles Cowell was an American astronomer. At Caltech's Mount Wilson and Palomar Mountain Observatories between 1961 and 1984. A series of occultation events through 2010 and early 2020s revealed that Chiron hosts rings, making it one of 4 minor planets and the only known comet to host a ring system.
That's right. So what does it mean if it has rings?
I guess he's more special than the others, I guess.
Empty. Okay, I don't know.
Not as special.
There was something to that. I don't know.
In astrology, Chiron is often referred to as the wounded healer and is represented by a symbol resembling a key. The key symbolizes to unlock self-understanding and the path to healing. So a Chiron return occurs when the minor planet returns to the place it was located in when you were born. So they call it a minor planet because it's not quite a planet. It's like an asteroid comet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if somebody said the minor planet, they're probably referring to Chiron.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah, or something like that. Okay. So anyways, that being said, Chiron has been in Aries since February 2019. It is in my personal Chiron return. And so knowing the Greek mythology story of Chiron, we have a better understanding of this placement in our individual astrology charts. The story goes as thus. By the Titan Cronus and Philyra, the oceanic sea nymph was the father and mother of Chiron, although neither one raised them. Rhea, Cronus's wife and also his older sister, so he's married to his older sister, walked in on Philyra and Cronus. Thereupon Cronus assumed the form of a stallion and galloped away, in order to not be caught by her. Hence, half human, half horse shaped their offspring. This is said to have taken place at Mount Pelion, a mountain at the southeastern part of Thessaly in northern Greece. When she gave birth to her son, she was disgusted by how he looked that she abandoned him at birth and implored with the gods to transform her into anything other than an anthropomorphic. Golly, what a big word. As she could not bear the shame of having had such a monstrous child. The gods changed her into a linden tree. I looked that up. It's a lime tree.
Well,
Chiron was found orphaned by Apollo the sun god, and he raised him. He taught Chiron the art of medicine, herbs, music, gymnastics, and prophecy, and made him rise up from his beastly nature. Chiron was known for his knowledge and skills with medicine and thus credited with the discovery of botany and pharmacy, the science of herbs and medicine. Apollo's twin sister Artemis, goddess of the huntress, trained Chiron in archery and hunting. So Chiron's uniquely peaceful character, kindness, and intelligence are attributed to Apollo and Artemis. So they say that the other centaurs are known to be like just rebellious and like rambunctious and, you know, drunkards and just not very like they were exiled out of like human locations and lived in caves on Mount Peleos. So Chiron was like more of like one to go and find medicines in the forests and like tutelage people, like heroes in the Greek mythology. Like he tutelaged like Heracles and Achilles and like really heroic people in the Greek mythology. So anyways, moving on. Do you have any questions?
What the fuck? Why incest? Why's there got to be incest? That's just. And the defense mechanism was turned into a horse and skedaddle. What?
It's mythology. That's all I can say. And you know, there's various stories of how he came to be a half horse, half man. Like there's so many different, you know. Anyways, let's move on.
Continuing on.
A great healer, astrologer, and respected oracle, Chiron was said to be the first among the centaurs and highly revered as a teacher and tutor. Among his pupils were many culture heroes. So Chiron's death is what brings him the most notoriety. Heracles, one of Chiron's pupils, was gifted by Chiron during his tutelage poison from a hydra. That's a serpentine water monster with multiple heads, including one immortal whose lair was the swamp of Lerna. Heracles dipped his arrowheads into this poison. The hydra's breath and blood were poisonous, making it a formidable foe. So Heracles went to visit a centaur friend, Pholus, who was wise and lived in a cave near or on the mountain of Pelion in Thessaly. While at supper, Heracles asked for some wine to go with his meal. Pholus, who ate his food raw, was taken aback. He had been given a vessel of sacred wine by Dionysus. That's the god of wine, by the way.
There's a wine god?
Yeah, there is. Isn't that awesome?
All right. Shit.
Sometimes earlier to be kept in trust by the centaurs until the right time for its opening. At Heracles' prompting, Pholus was forced to produce the vessel of sacred wine. The hero grasped for the wine, grabbed it from him, and forced it open. Thereupon, the vapors of the sacred wine wafted out of the cave and intoxicated the wild centaurs led by Nessus, who had gathered outside. They attacked with stones and fir trees the cave, which was located in the neighborhood of Malia. So Heracles was forced to shoot many arrows to drive them back during the assault, and Chiron was hit in the thigh by one of the poison arrows. After the centaurs had fled, Pholus emerged from the cave to observe the destruction. Being a philosophical frame of mind, he pulled one of the arrows from the body of a dead centaur and wondered how such a little thing as an arrow could have caused so much death and destruction. In that instant, he let slip the arrow from his hand, and it dropped and hit him in the hoof, killing him instantly. This, however, is open to controversy because Pholus shared the civilized centaur form with the Chiron in some art images and thus would have been immortal, so he wouldn't have died.
Oh,
Ironically,
that don't seem.
yeah. Ironically, Chiron, the master of the healing arts, could not heal himself and willingly gave up his immortality. As we said, nobility is reflected in his death. So, as Prometheus, a titan, credited with the creation of humanity from clay, a champion for mankind, as well as the author of the human arts and sciences, Prometheus was punished for stealing fire from Olympus and giving it to the humans. Zeus bound Prometheus to a rock, and an eagle, the emblem of Zeus, was sent to eat his liver. In ancient Greece, the liver was thought to be the seat of human emotions. His liver would then grow back overnight, only to be eaten again the next day in an ongoing cycle. According to several major versions of the myth, most notably that of Hesiod, an ancient Greek poet active between 750 to 650 BC. It was left to Heracles to arrange a bargain with Zeus to change Chiron's immortality for the life of Prometheus. So Chiron's half-brother Zeus took pity on him and thus placed him among the stars in the sky to be honored. So after 9 days, a weeping Achilles looked on. Chiron passed into the stars, becoming a Greek constellation. That's the story of Chiron. So when you get into the deeper meaning of Chiron in our individual astrology charts, you are left with our personal stories of a wounding so profound that it takes us through a journey to try to heal it. They say, just like in the story of Chiron, it is a wound that can never be healed. In this wounding, you learn to own it and become a shaman of sorts to others, coming out of a victim mindset into a powerful teacher to help others whom come across your path in their healing journey. So now we're to the fun part. Just for fun, Casey and I wanted to share our placements of Chiron in our individual astrology charts. So for Casey, shall I?
Go ahead. You can tell my secrets. It's fine.
So for Casey, we see that she has her Chiron in the sign of Libra, in the 7th house of Libra. Fun.
So write that down. What does that even mean?
So it means the wound is not getting your needs met in relationships. Feeling that people don't really care about you. Sacrificing your personal goals and dreams in order for your partner to have their dreams met, but not yours. Always feeling like a doormat. Staying in a relationship for too long because they're afraid to be alone. A fear of not knowing what you exactly want, which would inquire them to seek out validation from several others when it comes to making a big decision. Being diplomatic so you don't rock the boat prevents people from knowing your authentic self, which creates a disconnect. You will know the needs of others more than any other placement, but struggle with balancing your own needs. The 7th house governs over partnerships and relationships. This placement suggests that healing and growth in relationships are key, and that there may be areas where you struggle with fairness, balance, and harmony in your partnerships. So you must heal from childhood traumas, From all of your past life relationships, from all of the traumas you've experienced when it comes to dating and partnerships and marriages, you must find harmony and balance from within yourself by being comfortable by yourself so that you can go out and help others to do the same in their lives. People with this placement make excellent counselors, helping people by giving them advice about love and relationships, but only after you have done the shadow work within yourself first. That's not even including your aspects. So let's look. And we're lucky because you only have 2 placements with your aspects.
My God.
Yeah.
So what is an aspect? What does that mean?
Nobody's ever asked me that.
So is
You
it
know
like
how to explain that?
a
It's
pie? Like there's the filling in the crust? Like the whole thing is a pie, but the crust is one
I
aspect
think
of
the
the pie?
aspects would be like the confetti on top.
Oh, yeah.
This is the extra details in your chart.
Razzle dazzle.
Yeah, the razzle dazzle.
Oh, Jesus.
How you go deeper into it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you should look that up on your phone. What is an aspect?
Okay. So you start saying, I'll see what I can find.
Okay. All right, cool.
Aspects.
Oh, I lost my place.
Shit.
Okay, there you go. All right, looking at Casey's aspects, I found that she had 2 pertaining to Chiron. So first, she had her Venus in the sign of Sagittarius in the 9th house squaring Chiron. Her Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and values, is in the venturous sign of Sagittarius, which is also in the 9th house, associated with higher learning, travel, and beliefs. So this suggests a desire for expansive and meaningful relationships, possibly involving travel or shared interests in philosophy and spirituality. The square aspect between Venus and Chiron indicates a challenging but ultimately transformative energy. It suggests that you may experience difficulties in your relationships, particularly when it comes to expressing your values and beliefs, or when you are faced with situations that challenge your sense of fairness and balance. So this transit indicates a potential for healing and growth in relationships, particularly concerning values and ideals, while also highlighting the importance of self-love and acceptance in partnerships. So that just covers that one aspect. And the second one, which I really liked this one.
Okay.
This next aspect is Pluto in the sign of Scorpio in the 8th house, sextiling her Chiron. So trust in the ability to heal and deal. That you have the power in you to bounce back from any pain, any setback you have, an internal ability to heal any external events that have hurt you. That's what Pluto is trying to teach you. That you're not just a survivor, that you can thrive, that you can keep your heart open in spite of your pain. You can live life fully in spite of your hurts. It's not trying to cause you to go in the cave and never trust again. Pluto in the 8th house is a powerful and transformative placement, deeply impacting the individual's approach to shared resources, intimacy, psychological exploration. The challenges it brings is not without purpose. They are catalysts for profound personal growth and regeneration. By understanding the implications of having a Pluto in the 8th house, individuals can navigate the deep waters of transformation, embrace their personal power, and embark on a journey of profound self-discovery and regeneration.
Damn.
I mean, that's pretty cool because that doesn't you like nothing's gonna get you down. It doesn't matter how big the betrayal was. You're still gonna live your life fully.
Yeah. So, but I like the cave though. I like my cave. Just me
Um,
by
yeah,
myself.
that's fun. You could be in a cave. Is I'm not gonna tell you no. There's people that have really cool houses and caves, I tell you.
I'm just saying, me in the caves. We vibe. Seems like where I need to be. Tell me
Yeah.
not to
So
cave.
So do you have like anything that you wanted to add to it, like your own feelings of how you felt like that related to your life? Like, do you like resonate with that?
I mean, nah, it's pretty fucking accurate.
Yeah.
Like it's just thinking back to all of the things like, yeah, that tracks actually. Oh,
Yeah.
it's just it is so accurate.
Like in my research though, I came across this guy. I wish I would have like I think he calls himself the birthday astrologer. And he's actually does like little short videos, and
Uh-huh.
it came across my placement of Chiron and Aries, and dude, it hit me like I felt like that one song, "Strumming My Pain with Your Fingers." That one song,
Oh my god.
telling my life with your words, like, I was having that moment, like, whoa, are you like following me?
Someone knows
You
me.
know my business.
How dare you perceive me?
You're the ops.
Real that. Uh,
So,
okay.
and let me just tell you, I have too many aspects in Chiron that I'm just gonna list what they are and not the meanings because it's just too many.
Yeah. By the way, aspects. When you say aspect, you're just talking about oh my god, what did it say? I thought I had it. Hang on. You're talking about it's about the angle, or so yeah, it's about the angle of the thing. And when you're thinking about that in terms of someone's angle when they're communicating, there is a goal, or like, do you understand what I'm saying? It's like
Sort
the
of.
tone of how they're saying it. So when they're talking about aspects in the birth chart, they're talking about like the tone or like overarching flavor or theme of that
Okay.
thing. I'm
So
not
be it like a chocolate cake.
right. It's like that, right? Like the Chiron, that's your cake. The aspect tells you what flavor it is, and if it has sprinkles or not.
Right?
Oh, food. What?
So I didn't have time to like type out what he said, but I just wanted to kind of read it because it's so like he got me.
Damn. She been
Got me. I've been got. Okay, so Chiron and Aries, adopted, raised in a religious home, feeling like I'm not even supposed to be here. My identity is wrong, whether it's a religious home, an adopted home, the environment that you received was subconsciously, you're not like everyone else, and the way you are is not enough. It's wrong. You need to change who you are, believing you are a mistake. My Chiron wounding, I wasn't able to be independent. I wasn't able to know or really show my true self. I had to hide myself in some way. When you're growing up to feel shameful about who you are, it will defeat you in almost every area. Your relationships, your career, your happiness. Why? Because in Earth, you need a strong identity. You need to feel like it's okay to be who you are, not just okay. It's wonderful that you are different than everyone else, that you have your own way of seeing the world and going about your dreams and ambitions. But if you're made to feel dirty, if you're made to feel like you are not enough, well, you carry that energy. You carry that energy that keeps you from asserting your independence, asserting your uniqueness, going out there and standing tall, defending your right to be here. That's the universe put you on the planet because you're supposed to be here. You're not a mistake. You're not an accident. There's nothing wrong with you. Your mission is to go out there and help other people heal in their self-worth. Help people heal in their deserving to go after their dreams and ambitions. You're here to help people realize there's nothing wrong with their identity. There is nothing wrong with who they are as a person, and they need to let that shine. Go out there and shine in your own unique way.
Now that I agree with.
And I also, if you combine where it's out in my house, it's in the 6th house. And the house of health service, representing daily routines, working environment, health and service to others, offering insights into how an individual approaches their job, maintains their health, and organizes their daily life. And the 6th house also is the house of pets. And I just kind of wanted to like bring up when my English Mastiff Ben died, I went through like a serious depression. Like we were walking 6 miles a day, every day. And when he died, it was like devastating to me. But I did it wasn't like I grieved it, like bawling my eyes out all the time or anything like that. I just stopped walking. And it really took a toll on my health, but I didn't even realize what was going on, you know? But I just thought that was kind of interesting because it is the house of pets and health and routine. And mine, like, kind of, you know, that's a good example.
See, but that's accurate for you. I mean, that is like,
yeah.
That's like, you have pets. That's just like when I think about you, I think about dogs and plants.
Yes. For real. And then when it says, when you combine the two though, Chiron coupling with Chiron's healing energy, this allows for profound personal growth and transformation. The ability to turn wounds into wisdom and to assist others in their healing journey is another key strength associated with this placement. So I need to find like a balance in my health, my routine, my work, and like my self-confidence, because I can overcompensate. And like, you know, and like to the point of burnout, you know, like, dude, yesterday, I'm going to tell you this. So I worked on your macrame project, right? And I finished doing all that detail on the bottom. And I haven't put the leaves on yet, but I'm excited about it. Because I'm crazy. But anyways, then I put together my exercise workout thing that I bought, like, around Christmas, okay?
Wow.
I don't know what got into me, but I did that. And not to mention all of the stuff that I did to prepare for this podcast. So I'm like listening all day in my ears, you know, on headphones. I'm writing down things, I'm typing out things, you know, but like that's all I did. And I was able to make breakfast for us that morning and do the dishes. Like, these are all just routines, details, but if I overcompensated, I didn't feel like tired or anything like that, but I could have. You know, if I didn't tell myself, go to bed, you don't want to look like a gremlin when you know.
Right.
Because I really, really wanted, because like at nighttime, you know, I can think better at nighttime when everybody's asleep and I could do my typing out and make it all elegant and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But it was at like 2 something, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, nah, I'm going to bed. Like, I already know if I try to stay up and do that, I'm going to look like a gremlin when we do this podcast. But you can see how this placement would make you overcompensate and burn yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
You got to balance that.
Yeah.
I'm insane.
You're not insane. It's just written in the stars.
Right? I do a lot. But like I said, I've done all this like crafts and learning how to do all this stuff, and then I'm lacking my health. You see?
Yeah.
That's where I need to balance that. I need my dog to like walk with me on a leash. Ruckus needs to come through.
Quit trying to fucking skedaddle.
He goes on his adventures on his own, and he feels some kind of way about being on a leash, but like I don't blame him.
Oh, what? Like hurts his feelings.
I mean, he will. Maybe he feels like when he's on the leash that he's helping me out or something.
All right, it's like, all right, you clearly need me, so
yeah, you clearly need my to go up the hill or something. I don't know what he's thinking. But he walks differently when he's on a leash than when he is free to walk. It's so weird. It's almost like he becomes unable to go very far.
Like, I hate this. I smelled something a half a mile back.
Yeah, I'm going to need to get me like some kind of a cop dog, a retired cop dog that can like go far.
God, you don't want that. You don't want that at all. Oh my God, they would sniff out so many drugs.
It's fine because I live in the middle of nowhere around, like there's not very many people around.
You think there aren't that many people around? They're in the trees.
There better not be.
No, they're in the trees.
They better not be. That's creepy. There's been times where I've seen some eyeballs in the trees, but it was like a moose or something.
Come on, I'll watch your whole family eat dinner.
Right? Let's not. It's so funny.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, so when I ran across that guy, I was like, oh my God, that is so my story.
You know something.
I always felt that though. I've never felt part of my family. I felt always like not part of it, like an alien or something.
Feel that in my soul. I second that.
Right? It does something to you. And like, I don't know, you can be out.
Everybody.
Yeah, it makes you like be around people and not feel part of them automatically. You didn't even give them a chance to like accept you or not, you know, you already feel that. That really does something to you, you know, your self-esteem.
Yeah, it's
a yucky place to have your Chiron is in Aries because that's the house of self. So my wounding is pretty profound.
Within you.
Yeah, within myself. Yeah. Feeling that I was a mistake. That sucks.
At least yours is within you. Mine involves other people. Like, can we fucking not? Do it by myself. Can it be fixed with plant? Can I put a plant in it?
Can I marry a plant?
Please. Like, why?
If you were to marry a plant, what plant would it be?
I would be a weeping willow.
Oh no, that's my favorite tree.
I would. When I die, I want to become a weeping willow. And I don't know why. There's something so magical about it. Like Pocahontas, the great grandmother, like willow tree. That's how I picture myself.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be pretty majestic.
Yeah, I have a fondness. You know, that's so funny that the grandmother willow. Yeah, my grandmother and I.
You dipped, homie. Oh, there you are.
Sorry. My grandmother and I used to go for walks, and we would always come across this yard with a beautiful weeping willow in it, and I would always break away from her and play underneath it for a minute before we'd move on.
They're so magical. There is something just... I love it. I just love them. They're majestic and magical, and I can think of no better thing when I die than to become a weeping willow tree. So
yeah, I'd rather be a weeping willow tree than a lime tree.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can do with lime. Like, I can make a pie.
You know, I've had a pretty good key lime pie. That's pretty delicious.
You could chuck them at your enemies.
You can like make a lime water. I'd rather have a lemon water though myself.
You could throw it in trash. Like, I don't know what I would do with that many limes. That's too much.
Key lime pies is a good idea.
Yeah, it's dessert. You're gonna make dessert, and that's it. Hope you like limes.
Or you can make like really good salsa and put like a little bit of lime juice in it.
Ooh, fajitas.
Yeah. Yeah, there's it's
all about food.
There's things you could do with limes. Like margaritas are great.
I'm allergic to margaritas, but I'm allergic to margarita ingredients, which is rude because a good margarita.
Dude, you're allergic to all the good stuff in life.
I ain't mad about it. I am not even a little bit mad about it. Oh no, I can't drink. Man. Oh no. Whatever will I do? Besides
it's
remember
okay.
Night.
Yeah, we don't drink because it gives us a headache.
Real.
It makes you regret it the next day for sure.
The last time I legitimately like drank was when I got my first cover for the magazine. I went balls to the wall when I got my first cover. And that was the last time because I got some shit that was contaminated and I was hellaciously sick for like 3 days.
That is so disrespectful.
I could not hold down water for 3 days because being hungover and the alcohol and then having it being contaminated with gluten fucked my world right up. And ever since then, like, I'm good. I'd rather not die. That sucked so bad.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
That was terrible. I hate it. I hate it all. I'd rather not.
Yeah. So let me see if I can. I don't know if I can get off of this. Okay, done.
It's accurate though. That Chiron placement really.
I know.
Like the OG wound. Like if you go all the way back to like what was that first big one that really that's Chiron. And I have to say that's pretty freaking accurate.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just gonna like touch on how many places I have my Chiron. So I have Moon sextiling my Chiron. I have Venus trining. No. I'm sorry. Venus squaring Chiron. I have Neptune trining Chiron. I have Pluto opposition Chiron. I have my MC training Chiron. I think that was my last one. Hold on. Nope, I lied. I have my north node and my south node squaring Chiron. So that's a lot in Chiron, I tell you.
You got a lot
That's too
happening
many.
there.
That's too many to cover.
Yeah, that's a lot. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I guess that means I'm supposed to be like a super duper healer of some sort.
absolutely you are. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do yet. Well, no, nah, I
You're
do.
supposed to be a counselor.
No. I cannot. I would be the most unhinged counselor.
What if you had like your community you'd always wanted to have? You could like counsel those people. You're like, nah.
Nah, see, because I am so, they'd be like, oh, but everything's terrible. Like, okay. And what are you going to do about it? Are
See,
you going to
that's
go home?
why you are a good counselor right there.
No, it's not. That's exactly why I shouldn't, because people are going to come to me all emotional and be like, get over it. You can cry about it, or we can do something about it. Quit your
I
bitching.
know, but that's why you be a good counselor. Dude, nobody needs somebody to like, be all sensitive back. They need somebody to wake them out of that victim mentality.
See, but
So
I'm
that's
not.
exactly what they need is somebody to go, what are you going to do about it?
I'm so not gentle about it, though. I don't know how to be gentle because let me tell you, I'm
They
not
don't
gentle
need
with myself.
gentleness. They don't need gentleness. They need somebody to be straight up. And you got the balls to do that. Yeah.
That's
You're
why I
good
don't.
at it. You're so quick. Your bullshit meter is 0.
Listen, I will never forget. I don't know why it made me think of this, but it makes me laugh every time I think about it. So my ex, he works as a maintenance guy. And after weeks and weeks of coming home and complaining about how things would break, and oh my God, this thing broke, and oh, another thing broke. I swear to God, I was doing dishes and he was complaining again about how something at work broke, and oh my God. And I, without looking up from the sink, said, I'm glad it broke. And he stopped and I looked at him. I'm like, I'm glad it broke. Because if shit didn't break, you wouldn't have a job. And the expression of like, what did you just say to me? Like, what? Like, well, if shit didn't break, they would have no reason to employ you. So you would be jobless. So you're complaining that they need you. Make it make sense. And I went right back to washing dishes. And he got so pissed. Like, homie, it's literally why they hired you.
Let me remind you what your job intel is.
That's like going to the laundromat and having the woman there being mad that everyone brings her their dirty laundry. You work at a laundromat. Like, what? Ooh, I'm not good with stupid. And I have no tolerance for it. None.
I just feel like when it comes to your placement, though, people stay in that cycle until they are woken out of the cycle. You've got that talent to where you can wake them out of that.
Beat them upside the head.
Well, you don't need to. I mean, your words are pretty wicked.
Yeah, listen.
Not
I'm
wicked
not
in a bad way, though. Like, dude,
They
you
can
are
be.
so quick to like stop the nonsense, which needs to happen. See, it does.
I don't have no patience. No
They're like,
extra.
you're right. You know?
Like it. Yeah.
What are you doing to change it? If you sit there and coddle them in their victim mentality, they're not going to break out of that. That's what a true healer does, is break them out of that.
Oh,
So
I cannot.
you saying you shouldn't think like that, dude. You know
No,
that you're
I
be really good at it. I'm
know I
serious.
shouldn't. I
Yeah.
don't have patience for that self-sabotaging. It's because I know myself. And we've talked about this before. I want to go all the way to the depth, to the root, to the very, like, the flame of existence that created me. I want to understand that right there. And people don't do that. But because I do, it makes it hard to relate to people.
Relates. Yeah.
Because they're everyone else by comparison. I hate to be that person. I spend so much time digging into myself, why I do what I do, what causes me to do what I do, what needs to be healed and what doesn't, and I address all of that. I have yet to meet another person except you that actually does that or has that level of self-awareness. Most people do not, and most people don't want it. And I have zero tolerance. Don't bring me fantasy shit. Don't bring me the picture you created or what you thought it. No, don't bring that to me, because that's lies. Don't say
You're lying to yourself, and now you're trying to lie to me.
You're lying to yourself, and I'm not play pretend with you. Shit, I tell my own kids that. My oldest, she will spiral sometimes. She got that neurospicy with a dash of anxiety, and she will start to spiral. And I'll even tell her, I'm not spiraling with you. Like, I've stood here for 20, 30 minutes. I've talked with you. I have tried I'm not spiraling with you. Don't ask me to, because I will not. Go spiral over there and then come back to me. I do not. Don't bring me that crazy. Bring me your self-awareness.
Right. Yeah, but that's so helpful, because that's what people really truly need.
Only when they're
It's
willing
for some
to and do
exactly. Yeah, only when they're willing.
People are not. They are
That's
not
true.
willing.
That's true, but the ones that are going to come to you are the ones that really are ready for that. And if they're not, they'll leave and then they'll come back. Trust me, they will come back, because you were the only one that gave it to them straight. And they know that.
Some people just get mad about it because, it's like, ooh, you saw me too much. And then they get angry and they're like,
it's the journey, though, right?
Like,
it's the journey.
First of all, you're whipping it out in the daylight so I can see it. So you didn't want me to call it out. Why are you showing it to me?
Yeah, it's just like that cycle I was in. I don't even need to get into it, but there was a cycle. You saw it clear as day. But when I saw it, bye. We're not doing that anymore.
Not at all. I can't. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I am so focused inward. Like,
that's what you should do. That's what they said, was
like,
that in your placements, you should be going in, doing that work.
I don't know why. I just noticed this. And maybe you have some insight here. I will forever, if I don't know what to do with my hands, especially like if I'm in public or talking to someone, I will forever take my left hand and put it right there on I even do it when I'm sleeping. So I don't know if that's like, oh, ew. Is that me trying to protect my heart chakra?
Maybe. I wouldn't put it past you.
I mean, because my left hand's my dominant hand.
Yeah, and it's the closest one to your heart.
Look at me. See? That's fucking self-awareness. There it is right there in action. But how many other people would do that? Be like, oh, every time I go to this place, I start twitching. Or, every time, like.
Well, but you are like empathic. So you're going to pick up on a lot of other people's feelings and emotions and stuff and take that onto yourself. So I think that's like you protecting yourself for sure.
Yeah. I have to be really careful about body cams from cops. I can't watch that. I feel it in my soul too much. I can't do it. Anything with like child neglect, I can't do it.
I know. I came across this picture of like this horrible picture, and I was just like totally traumatized of this little 2-year-old, and I was like, ah.
Oh my gosh, the videos of like 8-year-old autistic kid like wandered off a home and the cops found him. No, I can't watch things like that. I can't get on social media and be like fully present there because I feel all of everyone's terrible energies. Oh my god.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to be a cop.
Here. Y'all is
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I don't understand how people sit there and just scroll for hours. I get 5-10 minutes in and I'm like, I need out. Get me out. I need to touch a plant and sniff some dirt. Someone get me a joint. Like, I need out of here.
Yeah, I get lost in my artwork. You know, if I get too much into social media, well, it's not really social media I'm looking at. It's more like content, like astrology and, you know, stories about the stars and things like that. But when I get too much screen time, I'll just go and start working on a project. Like I'm doing your macrame hanging plant right now, and I'll just get lost into that work, and there I will be fully present. You know, that will put me back and ground me.
It's hard. It's hard to being, I appreciate that. That's how I feel about plants. When I need to like find my quiet, I go outside and I go look at all of my plants and I talk to them, and like that just something about it. It just clears my brain.
It grounds you, yeah, and you're fully present.
In the realest way. It is so fabulous. But because of that, I find that at home. Like that's where when I'm at home, like, so happy, so relaxing, fabulous. That's why I am so incredibly picky about who I let come to my house.
Yeah.
Like, so picky.
Me too.
I've had very few people actually like come over, and I actually didn't have anyone really come over until after me and my ex separated. Why would I? Why would I expose anyone to that kind of energy? That shit was demonic as fuck.
Yeah, it was a little sus.
It was not. But like when I have people come on, I sage after y'all leave. Like take your energy with you. Don't leave it here. This is my space. This is my peace. My quiet.
Yeah, that's why I put the selenite, around my windows and my doors and the tourmaline at my door. And yeah, I do the most.
I don't blame you. You should. Because all that peace, the value of that. Oh my God. You could not pay me, not any amount of money in the world to give that up. I don't care.
Yeah, that's something that you couldn't pay to give that up.
No,
it's priceless.
And that's the problem for me. I'm supposed to like heal with other people and heal within relationships. And I know about Teal Swan. She was like very key in my spiritual awakening as a child and a teenager because she was one of the first on YouTube. So I started watching her videos as a kid when YouTube first started. So she talks about how you cannot heal trauma that happened in the context of a relationship outside of the context of that relationship. For example, if all of your trauma is centered around a romantic partner, you will not be able to heal that in its totality on your own. You have to heal that within the context of a relationship because that's where the trauma occurred, right? So the fact that is like literally where my Chiron is, and the fact that I have to heal with the help of other people, okay, cool, I'll accept that. Why does everyone suck? Why do I have none of them in my space at my house? Because their energy is terrible. It's garbage.
Well, they say that they say with your placement though, that you're supposed to be finding that balance and that healing within yourself first before you attempt, because you withdrew.
I understand it. I understand the concept. I have not mastered it yet, but I understand the basics and the fundamentals.
I think it's because then you're getting like the full understanding what you desire in life and where your boundaries are, to where you can actually fully express that to your partner whenever the partner shows up finally.
Whenever they get here.
But also you gotta have him match you, too. You can't just go with any willy-nilly, right? You gotta have a person probably that, you guys will heal each other in that way. Like he might have been injured in that way too, or in another way, but not to the point where he's in a victim mentality. He's like willing to do the work, like spiritually. Like you both grow spiritually together, not you're having to do all of the work to try to heal him. No, not like that.
Oh God,
yeah,
no. I don't have
no.
time for that. Heal everybody, save yourself.
Right, save yourself, but like grow together. Does that make sense?
Yes. It's that
Like,
I've talked about this with someone before.
Like,
it's holding space. You're allowing space for that person to do what they need to do.
Exactly. Yeah. He's healing himself right now somewhere.
Thank God.
Deep
in it.
You're healing yourself right now. And then you guys will come together and then grow spiritually. And he's smart because you're smart. You know what I mean? He's not dumb, and that, that you're having to do all the, like, helping his insecure self. No, we're not doing that.
Nah, because that ain't me. I'm the one to be like, you're being insecure and knock that shit off.
Yeah, he's not going to be like that, I don't think.
That ain't got nothing to do with me, actually. Right. You're mad at your mom, not me.
No, he's going to be a real partner, and you'll grow together and heal each other in that way. Nice. Not heal each other literally, but in that way of being together, growing spiritually.
Being a good example, kind of, Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, do I have a good example of that? I don't know.
Well, we're not going to talk about him.
I mean, like, with my Aries, I had to, like, find a guru of some sort. And it's kind of funny because, like, nobody would think of Dennis as a guru, but to me, he really was. Like, he kind of answered a lot of questions that I had thought were like how things were, but I wasn't sure. And he gave me that validation, you know what I mean? Kind of thing, to where I could come out of thinking that I was wrong. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not wrong, like it makes you feel a lot better when you're questioning yourself. And mine is about myself, yours is the complete opposite. Yours is about relationships. Mine is like, problem within myself, it's kind of,
we are
the complete opposite. Yeah.
Yes, but it works. See, because I got me figured out. I know me so well, crazy well. I don't doubt.
And you're like one of the placements that really does know yourself well and your environment, like extremely aware of what other people need from you or what they need, period. Like you'll know that better than any other placement.
That is, yeah. I feel it. I feel things so intensely. Like it's like I'm a freaking satellite or receiver or something. Like I'm picking up all the frequencies of everything.
right?
Ugh.
And I'm like 43 and just now I'm okay. You know? I'm okay. I can be myself. It's fine.
I'm 43 and it's okay. I love that.
Yeah, but that's a wounding that will never be healed for me. You know, but in that wounding, I can help others come out of it.
With awareness. That's really the
Yeah.
goal here. Get some self-awareness, find
Mhm.
out where you're hurt and why you're hurt there, and don't make excuses.
Yeah. Yeah, do
That's
the work. Do the work. You know, don't run from it and don't like, you know, do escapism away from it because that just prolongs the pain even worse.
find
Just
you
get
that
it over with.
Yep. Find that person that's gonna push you in that direction.
Yeah, and own it. Own your wound and then let it empower you.
Absolutely. I laughed. Yay.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us again. And don't forget to give this video a like. And if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on the most recent episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yay!